again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Keeping It Real with Coach Neal, alongside the head coach of the UNCW women's soccer team and CAA regular season champions, Chris Neal. I'm Eric Rue, and Coach, we got to get right into it. You brought home a trophy on Sunday. It took a little bit of extra time, but the trophy is coming to Wilmington. It has to be a pretty exciting feeling for you and your staff. It's
a surreal feeling, Eric. Just incredibly joyous moment seeing the elation on the faces of those players and the entire staff on Sunday, and that feeling has just stayed with us, for the last 48 hours. So it's a surreal feeling, and I could not be happier for this group of players, for this staff, for everyone associated with our program. To win that first regular season title is a feeling that no one can ever take away from us. So it's been great.
I talked to you before the game on Sunday, and you were just focused on the task at hand. You didn't want to talk about anything post-game related. You were just worried about the result. When that final whistle sounded after Kara Mills' goal, give me a sense of the relief you had to know that the job had been done.
And the fashion with which it happened, it wasn't like clock was ticking off. It was overtime, so it was a golden goal. And I appreciate that moment more because it was in that fashion. So, first when Kara scored, you look down at the linesman first to make sure the flag doesn't go up. And then you just kind of watch the reaction of everybody around you to say, is this really happening? And it was pretty clear when the team started storming the field that it was happening. So, yeah, just a massive, massive relief. When you have two chances to clinch, I've never been in that situation before. And to lose the first chance, and now it feels like that's just a weird feeling, right? And it was a huge, huge relief when that goal hit the back of the net.
You open the week with a loss at Charleston, overtime loss, and then you come back. We're not going to dwell on that game, but let's talk about the Towson game a little bit. I asked Audrey Harding this question Sunday in post-game, and that game was billed as a showdown between two of the top offensive threats in the league. You had Audrey Harding of UNCW and Nia Christopher of Towson. And I asked Audrey, what was it about being able to have those complementary players to help her? And I'm going to ask you the same question. You have a player of Audrey's caliber, but I believe that the sense that I got was having those complementary players played a very pivotal role for you to get that win on Sunday. How important was it for you to have those extra pieces that could play a factor?
It's vital, and I think both teams have an electric forward with, Christopher and Harding, but both teams also had very good players surrounding those players, and the Hamid kid was causing us a ton of problems out of the midfield. The blank kid up top is a dangerous threat, so they had a number of pieces around their key player up top that can cause you heartache as well. But in this league, you can't just have one option. Certainly it helps when you have a player that draws a lot of attention, who that even if you give that player attention, they can still make the game for you. But you can get shut down pretty quickly if that's your only option. So you're not going to win a league with just one good player in your attack. You've got to have a lot of pieces that complement each other. And just really proud of Kara. She hasn't played as much as maybe she wants to play this season, but she's done all the right things, stayed focused, and she hasn't played a lot up top. But we felt at the end of the regulation period that we started to get some crosses from that left flank into the penalty area, and they went, nobody got on the other end of them. And we needed somebody who was going to be a ball winner on the other end of those crosses. And we felt that Kara was going to be that person. And sure enough, we just got lucky. That was the right choice at the right time. And just so proud of her focus and determination to win that game.
Kara Mills was named on Tuesday to the Top Drawer Soccer Women's Team of the Week. And it was funny when I read the recap that they had put out. She had only played 14 minutes in that Towson game, but ends up getting a national honor. Another player that I thought did some good things for you was Hannah Aristegi, who played a lot of minutes on Sunday. She's come off the bench and really provided you with another option in terms of where she can be on the field.
I think that was the most minutes that Steggy had played all year. With the injury to Jordan, that's next woman up. And that's been a motto for the past couple of seasons with this team. And we have a lot of trust in our entire team. When it's your turn, it's your turn. Hopefully you've done the right things and you will succeed. But Steggy played very well. She's a very good footballer.
More importantly, on Sunday, you get the championship, but to do it in front of some of your alums, former players, how much did that mean to you to have them there to celebrate with your team?
It was special. There's some really wonderful human beings in that group who support us and who I had the pleasure of coaching, some of them as an assistant. And to see the joy on their faces too, at the Seahawks bringing home that title was more icing on top of that cake. So I'm really happy that they were there and got to experience that.
Turn your focus now to the postseason. It's November. Anything can happen. You start the quest for a tournament title on Thursday against Northeastern, a team you beat up in Boston 2-0. How does the mindset change now that you head in knowing there's a title on the line? You've got to get 2 more wins to get it.
Well, I don't think there's any mindset change. We are going to keep doing what we've been doing all year to keep us successful. And Northeastern has played incredibly well down the stretch to earn. If you look at what they accomplished, I think they dropped their first 2 games in CAA play and then turn around and finished in the top 4. You are playing very well down the stretch if that happens. Extremely well coached by Ashley Phillips. I know they are fired up. I expect it to be an incredible battle on Thursday. We won't change anything here. We'll keep doing what we've been doing, keep all eyes focused on trying to win the next game, having our kids ready physically and mentally. And I must say it is nice that we've only got to drive 2 hours and 45 minutes down the road at Elon at this point in the year. So we are just very, very excited for that semifinal match.
You get the first semifinal on Thursday as the top seed, and should you advance on Thursday to the final on Sunday, how important is it to have that little bit of extra time to recover between the first and second semifinals, not only from a team standpoint, but for you in terms of a scouting standpoint, a possibility of being able to watch that second game and get an advanced scout on your opponent?
Hopefully it's critical, but that's the small benefit that the number 1 seed or the number 4 seed will get if they advance through that semifinal, is a couple of hours extra rest and a chance to watch the other team play. Now, they'll get to watch our game as well, so I don't know if there's any real advantage with that. But I think we all know pretty well at this point who each other are. It'll be interesting to see, the little wrinkles that coaches throw in tactically at this point. But, playing early gives you a couple hours rest.
Both games, all 3 games of the championship weekend are on flowfc.com. Semifinal number 1 at 4:05, semifinal number 2 at 7:35, and the winners will face off Sunday at 1 o'clock at Elon's Rudd Field. Admission is free, so Seahawk Nation, come on up to Elon this weekend and support the team. Coach, we wish you the absolute best of luck. Hopefully, when we meet again next week, there will be a championship trophy sitting between us.
Let's hope so. Thanks, Eric.
That'll do it for this edition of Keeping It Real with Coach Neal. For the head coach of the UNCW women's soccer team and CAA regular season champions, Chris Neal, I'm Eric Rue. We do thank you so much for watching, and until we meet again, go Seahawks.